Good evening, and welcome to Sports Line Radio, a special edition of Sports Line Radio, the Kentucky Derby Pick'em Show. My name is Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato, and since 1998, I have been the very proud owner of meatandpotatoes.com, and I'm coming at to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the sports and gaming capital of the United States of America. And you are listening to this program right here on 910 AM WUBR CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Home of the LSU Tigers, Cap. Everybody watching the old video here. That's where the LSU Tigers are. The MeatMan went to school at LSU. A lot of people that know that. A little trivia for everybody. What was one of the three colleges the MeatMan failed out of? One of them was LSU. And that's tough to do, Cap. Believe me. You got to be a special somebody. But that's why you're listening to the program today. Because they didn't have a horse racing picking class at LSU, Cap. Because the MeatMan would have been summa cum laude, baby. Don't ever kid yourself. Valedictorian, brother. You got the word dick in there. That would have fit me perfectly. That's right. And don't forget, you can also listen live to this program over your computer on the internet at www.WUBR910.com. www.WUBR910.com. All right, and I am glad to be here, and I'm glad to have you there, as we'll be doing this special edition of Sports Line Radio. This is our Kentucky Derby Pick'em Show, and of course, nobody has been hotter than the MeatMan on the trail of the Kentucky Derby. I mean, come on, Cap. You know what I mean, man? I'm not a big braggadocious guy. I'm not the kind of guy that comes on here and tries to jam down your throat all the stuff that I've done, because most people know it already. But it's still fun to remind everybody. I had the Louisiana Derby winner, Noble Indy. I come back the next week with the Florida Derby winner, Audible. I come right back to following week, I give you Vino Rosso to win the Wood Memorial. I come back the next week, I give you Magnum Moon to win the Arkansas Derby. Yeah, somewhere in the middle of all that, I gave you Bolt the Autoro. He ran second in the Santa Anita Derby. Justified, the winner of the Santa Anita Derby. He is the morning line favorite for the Kentucky Derby. So 4 out of 5 and a second. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what I'm getting at is, I've watched all the races, and I know all the horses leading up to the Kentucky Derby, and that's why I think I got a shot here. I got a shot. I got it pretty much down to 2 horses, men and ladies. I know I got a few ladies out there. I know I got a lot of ladies out there that are going to be betting the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, and everybody needs a little help. Everybody needs a little help. And at the end of the program, I am going to release my pick. I'm going to go over all 20 horses in the next 55 minutes or so. So you don't want to touch that dial if you got to go get your little snack, or you're gonna run from the car into the house, or you got to make a transition. Do it now, Cap. Do it now, because once we start, we're going full throttle, brother. There's 20 horses in the race, and the weather could be a factor. It could be a factor. It definitely, rain could come in to play. So we're going to have to look at a lot of different angles. We're going to have to look at a lot of different stuff. This is the best Kentucky Derby since easily when Winning Colors won that race. You had Risen Star, you had 49er, Private Terms. You had a lot of good horses. The other Kentucky Derby that sticks out of my mind is the one that Gopher Gin won. You had Holy Bull, Baracco was in that race. This is a tough race right here. This is going to be a tough race. So we're going to try to pick the winner. I'm going to tell you why I'm going with the horse that I finally decided on. And see if we can't make a little money. See if we can't make a little money. All right, now, before we start to talk about the Kentucky Derby, we're going to do the radio show tradition and the YouTube tradition all at one time. My man Don back in the studio in about 15 seconds or so. He is going to play the horns, and I'm going to take the headset off, take the sunglasses off, because you know I mean business when I take these sunglasses off, Cap, and I'm putting the reading glasses on so I can see. I can't see anything right now. Hey, where's everybody at? So I'm going to do this. Don, are you ready? I'm in Las Vegas. Don's in the studio in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let me know when you're ready, Don. Don's going to play the horse. If you listen on the internet, you can't hear him. All right. We're back. We're back. We made the transition, Cap. The MeatMan. I got the glasses on right now, and I'm ready to go, brother. MeatMan's got the glasses on right now. I got the glass on. I can see. I can actually see. I didn't even know I looked like that. Man, I'm a good-looking guy. My goodness. Man, look at Don. Wow. Man, look how nice-looking he is. Man, maybe me and Don ought to do a podcast. You know, the Studley Brothers or something like that. All right. All right. Let's talk about some horse racing. The Kentucky Derby, the Run for the Roses. The winner of this race, at some point in his life, is going to be retired to the breeding shed, and he's going to get a lifetime of poontang. A lifetime supply of poontang is on the line for these 20 horses. The winner of this race, no matter what he goes on to do from here on out. Even poor Barbaro, when he broke his leg, they still tried to give him a lifetime of poontang. And that was mean what they did to that horse. The bottom line, though, the bottom line is we got to figure out who's going to be the winner. Who's going to be the winner of the lifetime of poontang in the breeding shed on Saturday? They go on 1.25 miles. This is an eighth of a mile further than any of these horses have ever run in their lifetime. That's one of the things that makes the Kentucky Derby so special, because all of these horses have never gone 1.25 miles. They've all gone 1.125 miles. This Mendelssohn horse in the UAE Derby, he went 1 mile and 3/16, which happens to be the length of the Preakness, but still a 16th of a mile shorter than the Kentucky Derby. So that's the number one thing you got to look at. Which one of these horses, in all of these prep races that we've been watching, who seems to be getting a little stronger as the race gets a little longer? That's one of the things we talked about in all of our shows over the last couple of weeks. As the race got longer, who got stronger? Because as each prep race led into the state derbies, like the Louisiana Derby, the Santa Anita Derby, the Florida Derby, the Arkansas Derby, the races got longer. And now the Kentucky Derby is going to be a little longer than that. Kentucky Derby going to be a little longer than all these other races. They're going 1.25 miles. The purse is $2 million. The winner of the race gets 60%, $1.2 million. Winner gets $1.2 million added to their lifetime earning. And then the trainer gets a few bucks, and the jockey gets a few bucks. And the owner gets some money, everybody gets a few dollars, and the horse gets some hay. I tell you, man, in my next life, I do not want to come back as a racehorse. I win the Kentucky Derby, everybody associated with me has a good time that night. Drinks, dinner, gets laid. I got to go to the barn and eat hay and hang out with all the horses I beat. What kind of life is this? I had some 120-pound guy on my back hit me with a whip. And at the end of the day, I don't get nothing. Nothing. All right. Post time is 5:50 p.m. Central Time, 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time, and 3:50 p.m. Pacific Time out here in Las Vegas. Full field of 20. And before we start talking about each of these horses, I want to quickly remind everybody that if you are playing all the races on Saturday at Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby, and you want to get the MeatMan's full card, you want to get all of my picks from race number 1 till the final race of the day, race 14, it's $27. Costs you $27. It's like $2 a race, Cap. It's like $2 a race. $27, $2 a race. And the way you get the picks is you text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. You shoot me a text message. You text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. Or give me a call, 1-833-MeatMan. I got my own personal toll-free number that I'm literally going to have until the day I die. It's 1-833-MeatMan. That's how you talk directly with me. Las Vegas-based professional handicapper Dave Scandaliato, 1-833-MeatMan. I give you one pick in every race. I don't give you 5 picks in every race and then brag if 1 of the 5 win. No. MeatMan gives you one pick in every race, and I tell you how to bet it. Win, win place, or win place and show. There's 14 races. I recommend everybody have a minimum bankroll of about $420. That's $10 across the board on each race. If I lose all 14 races and none of my horses hit the board, you lose $420 and I lose everything that I've worked for the last 20 years of my life. This is not going to happen, though. MeatMan's going to have a good day on Saturday. Why? Because you got every L7 on the planet betting these races. And what are they betting on? Names, this, that, all this junk, while you're going to be betting on information from the MeatMan. Who do you think has a better chance of winning? Somebody picking a horse based on their name, or they like the color of the horse, or the MeatMan, Dave Scandaliato, the guy that gave you the winner of the Louisiana Derby, the Florida Derby, the Arkansas Derby, the Wood Memorial, second place in the Santa Anita Derby. I could have gave you Justify. I could have gave you that horse. I could have gave you him. I went with the whole other horse, Bolt the Auto. Hey, it happens, Cap. Get my full card. One pick in every race. All 14 races at Churchill Downs on Saturday, $27. You text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. You text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. Then I'm going to send you a text message, get your email address, and I'm going to send you an invoice for $27 from PayPal. Make it real easy. You don't have to give me your credit card. I don't want your credit card number. Do everything through PayPal, very safe and secure. If you can't figure it out, you got to call me on the phone. I'll take your card over the phone. They might charge you tax, $2. We go through ClickBank, 1-833-MeatMan. That's how you talk directly with me. Las Vegas-based professional handicapper Dave Scandaliato, 1-833-MeatMan. All right. The number 1 horse in the 2018 Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs, Frenzy Fire, 50-1. Lopez the jockey, Jason Service is the trainer, This horse pulled off a big upset in the Champagne at Belmont Park as a 2-year-old. He went up at 11-1, and he came from way back. There were 12 horses in the race. He was 10th. He come all the way from 10th, and Irad Ortiz nailed him at the wire. That's the good news if you like the one. The bad news is he come right back in a Breeders' Cup Juvenile a month later, and he got crushed. He didn't fire. 7th by 20 lengths. Right. So, and he won a little stakes race. Then he ran in the Withers, the Gotham, and the Wood. Second in the Withers. That was the prep race for the Gotham. He ran 4th in the Gotham by 9. That was the prep race for the Wood. He ran 4th in the Wood by 11. Horse has 4 wins in 9 races. Pass. The 2 horses, Free Drop Billy. Robbie Alvarado in the saddle. Dale Romans, the trainer, 30-1 on the morning line. He wins the Breeders' Cup Futurity, a Grade 1, at Keeneland as a 2-year-old. He breaks maiden first time out, runs second in a Grade 3 at Saratoga, runs second in a Grade 1 at Saratoga. Then he wins a Grade 1 at Keeneland. Then he gets buried in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Second in the Holy Bull at Gulfstream Park behind Audible. Third in the Gotham behind Enticed. 4th in the Bluegrass behind Good Magic. This horse has proved he can come up big before, but, man, I tell you, he's got to beat a lot of horses that just beat him over the last couple of weeks. Pass. Number 3, Promises Fulfilled. Corey Lannery, the jockey, Dale Romans, the trainer, 30-1 on a morning line. Broke maiden at Churchill Downs first time out. Won the Fountain of Youth. Going to the front. He runs in the Florida Derby. They sent him out to the front, and Audible just buried him. Promises Fulfilled lost to Audible by 35 1/4 lengths in the Florida Derby. This horse has a lot of speed. It'd be a miracle of Jesus, literally a miracle of Jesus, if this horse can go coast to coast in the Kentucky Derby. Can it happen? Yes. Winning Colors did it. War Emblem did it. You can go coast to coast in the Kentucky Derby. It's very possible. Fractions are slow. Anything can happen. But if it does happen, it ain't going to be with the MeatMan's money. I can tell you that right now. The 4 horses Flame Away. Mark Case is the trainer. Jose Lascano is the jockey. Broke maiden first time out. MeatMan always likes that, man. A good horse, always you put that son of a bug on the track, and he should be able to beat other maidens his first time out. If you're a really good horse, if you're a super horse. And that's what happened here. They put him out on the track. Wins the first time out. He went off at 3-5. Then he's running some decent races. He won a race in a slop, the Bourbon, at Keeneland as a 2-year-old. It was 5.5-1 in that race. He got up by a nose. He's run 4 races in 2018, 2 seconds and 2 firsts. He's won $450,000. Won a race on the turf at Gulfstream. Then ran the SF Davis. He ran in that at Tampa Bay Downs. He won that at 10-1. Finished second in the Tampa Bay Derby. The SF Davis, that was the prep race for the Tampa Bay Derby. He ran in the Bluegrass, and he ran second to Good Magic. I mean, this horse won $700,000 in his career. 9 races, 5 wins, 2 seconds. There's nothing wrong with this horse, just not for the MeatMan. The 5 is Audible. J.J. Castellano in the saddle, Todd Pletcher, the trainer. We had Audible in the Florida Derby with Johnny Velasquez up. He won that race by 3. I was going to go with Audible if Johnny Velasquez was going to ride him, but J.J. Castellano's going to ride him. But Castellano ran him in the Holy Bull, and he won that race by 5. So Castellano's been on his horse 2 times. He's won both times by a combined 15 lengths. So, I mean, it's nothing against J.J. Castellano. I mean, the guy wins 71 races so far this year out of 302 mounts for a 24% winning clip. That's pretty good. That's pretty good when you basically win 1 out of every 4 races you race in, considering you're running at Belmont, Aqueduct, Gulfstream Park, places like that. 8-1 on the morning line. Very tempting. Very tempting. Very tempting. Back-to-back 99 buyer speed figures. This is a nice-looking horse. Florida bred. New York bred. Wow. New York bred. Wow. Wow. Out of Harlan's Holiday and Into Mischief. Woo! This is a nice-looking horse, men and ladies. Nice-looking horse. We'll get back to Audible. We're going to come back to Audible. We're going to come back to Audible. The number 6 horse is Good Magic with Jose Ortiz in the saddle. Chad Brown is the trainer. 12-1 on a morning line. That's a nice price, man and ladies. That's a nice price. 12-1 on a morning line. This horse won the Bluegrass. He won the Bluegrass at 8-5 with Ortiz in the saddle. This is a horse that won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year by 4.5 lengths, going away. Beat Solomini and Bolt d'Oro. He didn't break maiden his first time out. He went over 75 cents on a dollar. He runs second. Then they put him in the Champagne, a grade 1. At Belmont Park, going a mile. He goes off at 4:30-1. He has the lead in a stretch, and he spits it up. Runs second. A half a length in the front. So this horse is 0-2. He's only running 2 races in his life. They say, well, we'll just run him in a Breeders' Cup Juvenile with all the best 2-year-olds in the world. And he goes out there and he just whips that, you know what, Cap. I mean, he took these horses to the woodshed. Wins by 4 1/4 lengths. Wow. Then they lay him up. First race back, the Fountain of Youth. That's that race that promises fulfilled. Went wire to wire. So Good Magic, the first race off the layoff, he runs 3rd. But then he comes back and he wins the Bluegrass at Keeneland. Grade 2. Field of 14. 14 horses. I mean, that's a lot of horses. This is a nice-looking horse. $1 million horse. The sire is Curlin. The mother is Gilda the Good. All of her wins were at a distance. We're going to come back to Good Magic. We're going to come back to him. We're going to come back to Good Magic in a little bit. The 7 is Justify. Bob Baffert, the trainer. Mike Smith, the jockey. And Mike Battaglia has installed Justify, the morning line, 3-1 favorite. And I can't blame him. I can't blame the guy. I mean, hey, Justify is running 3 races. He never raced a 2-year-old. He was an unraced 2-year-old. First time they put him on the track, he goes up at 50 cents on a dollar, and he wins by 9.5. That's how you're supposed to win. They put you on the track. Somebody paid $500,000 for you. They put you out on the track. You go up at 50 cents on a dollar. You're supposed to win the race by 9.5 lengths. That's how it's supposed to work. Okay, that's how it's supposed to work. So then, just for fun, they run him in this little allowance race. 9 winners of 1 optional claiming race. Obviously, the horse wasn't available to be claimed. He goes up at 1-20. 1-20. For every 20 nickels you bet, which is $1, you get back 1 nickel in profit. You give the lady that writes the tickets 20 nickels, and when Justify win the race, she gave you back 21 nickels. He won that race by 6.5 lengths, and for the second time in a row, his first time out, he had 104 buyer figure going 7 furlongs. This time out, he runs 101 buyer figure on a slop. It was a muddy track going a mile. Then the third time, the Santa Anita Derby, Bob Baffert, he says, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Let's run him in a Santa Anita Derby. What the hell? He goes up at 90 cents on a dollar. He beats Bolt the Oro by 3 lengths. He pretty much went coast to coast in a 7-horse field. He went out there, took the lead. He shook everybody off. He got clear, and that was the end of that. He run 107 buyer figure. This horse run 3 times, men and ladies, and he's run 100-plus buyer figure all 3 times. Wow. Wow. What a nice-looking animal. What an absolutely nice-looking animal. No doubt about it. 3 times on the track, 3 wins by a total, 19 lengths. And he's won $666,000 exactly. Wow. The MeatMan's lucky number. 666. Wow. 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 666-000. Justify has won exactly $666,000. All right. The 8-horse is a Lone Sailor. Graham is the jockey, 50-1 on the morning line. Tom Amos, the trainer. This horse only won 1 time in his life. Only once. He broke maiden the first time out by 11 lengths at Saratoga on a sloppy track, and then hasn't really done much since. Ran a good Louisiana Derby. Just missed. That was the horse. I had Noble Indy, and the Lone Sailor was right there with him pretty much the whole way down the stretch. Lone Sailor had actually hooked Noble Indy, and Noble Indy dug in. He rebroke, and he was able to come up with the win. Man, I tell you, before the Louisiana Derby, this horse's buyer figures, he had never run an 80 buyer figure. I don't know, man. 50 to 1 on the morning line. Man, I can't bet this horse. The 9 horses, Hofberg, William Mont, the trainer, Irad Ortiz, the jockey. 20 to 1 on the morning line. First time out, went up at 18 to 1. Even the owner and the trainer didn't bet him. Finishes 4th, 9 lengths from the front. Next time out, he runs at Gulfstream Park. He goes up at 7.5 to 1. He wins the race. I guess they figured, what the heck? We're out here at the Gulfstream Park already. We'll run him in the Florida Derby. That's what they did. He ran second, and with that, he qualified for the Kentucky Derby. Wow. Boy. I mean, I couldn't bet this horse in a trillion years. He's got improving buyer figures each race, but I just couldn't bet this horse. I couldn't bet him. I couldn't go to the window and say, yeah, give me the 9, Hofberg. I couldn't do it. The 10 horse is My Boy Jack. 30 to 1 on the morning line. Keith DeSormo, the trainer. Kent DeSormo, the jockey. The question is Kent DeSormo going to have a little Jack Daniels for the race? That's what I want to know. See, I'd like, I know this is going to sound terrible, but, if I was betting on My Boy Jack, which I'm not, I'd like to see Kent DeSormo maybe have a little cocktail or smoke a little cigarette. I would feel comfortable when he's out there warming the horse up for the race, if he's smoking a little cigarette, has a little cocktail in his hand. I mean, I wouldn't want him having more than 2 or 3 before the race. Loosen him up a little bit. But he'll be sober as a whip. I mean, this isn't a bad-looking horse. He's won $645,000 in his career, 10 races, 3 wins, 3 seconds, and 2/3. Just won the Lexington at Keeneland. Went up at 3 to 2. I mean, he's not a bad horse. He won the Southwest on a muddy track at Oaklawn Park. I'm not going to bet him. I already know that. So we're not going to come back to the 10. The 11 is Bolt the Oro. This is the horse I had in the Santa Anita Derby. Mick Ruiz, the trainer. Victor Espinoza, the jockey. Victor Espinoza's my boy. That's the MeatMan's boy. You never talk bad about Victor Espinoza in front of the MeatMan. Nope. I was at a horse racing contest in Vegas. Victor Espinoza was on a horse. Paid $127.20 to win. I won second place, third place in the contest. I'm not sure what, a long time ago. Rode the Slough, brother. I'll never forget it. Then, when Vegas Insider hired me to sell horse racing picks, my first ever pick was War Emblem with Victor Espinoza in the saddle. So me and Victor Espinoza, we like that, Cap. Me and Victor Espinoza, we like that, brother. That's my boy. He's 8 to 1 in the morning line here. Bolt the Oro, he's making a third start off the layoff. It's a nice-looking horse. No doubt about it. It's a nice-looking horse. There's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Last 2 races, he got that 101 buyer figure and 102 buyer figure. Bolt the Oro is going to be tough. He's going to be tough, but Justify really beat him up pretty good. Justify beat him up pretty good. Beat him by 3 lengths. I ain't got nothing against Bolt the Oro, even though he ruined my perfect road to the Kentucky Derby. 5-for-5 streak, but that's all right. That's all right. MeatMan, I'm glad I lost one. Boltioro's a good horse. I wouldn't be surprised if he won the thing. But he'll be doing without any money from the MeatMan. He's got 4 wins, a second and a third. He's won over $1 million in his life. It's a nice horse. The 12 is Enticed. Enticed won that little prep race at Churchill Downs for 2-year-olds. He went off at 7-2. He won that race by a head. Then he won to Gotham over there at Aqueduct. He ran 4th in the Holy Bull behind Audible and Free Drop Billy, and he ran 2nd in the Wood Memorial behind Vino Rosso. Karen McLaughlin is the trainer. Jay Alvarado, the jockey, 30-1. That's about the right price. This is a decent horse who's been known to run decent races at time. You know, he's only run 6 races in his life. He's won 3, $595,000. And I mean, every race, 6-5, 7-2, 2-1, 7-2, 7-1, 6-1. So people are betting this horse. And he's running in graded stakes races. Last 5 races after breaking maiden his first time out. Grade 1, Grade 2, Grade 2, Grade 3, Grade 2. This is a nice horse. But they're all nice. That's why they're running in the Kentucky Derby. I'm going to pass. The 13's Bravazzo. D. Wayne Lucas, the trainer. Contreras, the jockey. 50-1 on the morning line. He wins the Risen Star Stakes at the fairgrounds at 21-1. Then everybody goes bananas in a Louisiana Derby. They bet him down to 3-1, and he's still running. 21.25 lengths from the front. He lost to Noble Indy, Lone Sailor, My Boy Jack. All of those horses are running in the Kentucky Derby. I like D. Wayne Lucas, but we ain't betting Bravazzo, brother. The 14 is Mendelssohn. Adrian O'Brien, the trainer. That Moore guy, the jockey. This is a nice-looking horse. The question is he going to like running on the dirt? He won the UAE Derby Grade 2 by 18.5 lengths. 18.5 lengths. And the race before that, he won a stakes race somewhere in Ireland. Goes up at even money. In the UAE Derby, they don't bet on the races. You got all these clowns out at the racetrack. They got that stupid turban on their head, and they don't bet no money on the races. What kind of fun is that? That's why they don't have any odds when he won the UAE Derby. This horse won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile on the turf. On the turf. And he went off at 480-1, the favorite. The bottom line is, this is a turf horse, man. This is a turf horse. And these horses that win the UAE Derby, they never run good in the Kentucky Derby, man. He's 5-1 on the morning line. I love that. If this horse wins the Derby, hey, look, he could win it. He would never get my money. This foreign horse, I don't bet the foreign horses in the Kentucky Derby. You bet some of them in the Breeders' Cup. But these foreign horses in the Kentucky Derby, they never seem to work out. They paid $3 million for this horse. $3 million. Wow. Wow. The horse has already made $1.9 million, 7 races, 4 wins, and 1 second. 2 for 2, 2018, this horse is going to take a lot of money. Going to take a lot of money, but he ain't getting none of the MeatMan's money. Next. instilled regard. Van Dyke, the trainer, Jerry Hollendorfer, Van Dyke, the jockey, Jerry Hollendorfer, the trainer, 50-1 on a morning line. Took him 3 cracks to break maiden, and he won the Lecomte out at the fairgrounds. That's the prep race for the Risen Star, which is the prep race for the Louisiana Derby, which is the prep race for the Kentucky Derby. He wins the Lecomte. He goes off as the favorite in the Risen Star with J.J. Castellano on his back. He runs 4, 2 1/4 lengths from the front. Went up at 7-5. Then he runs in a Santa Anita Derby with Joel Rosario on him. He goes up at 5-60-1, and he just gets absolutely buried by Justified. Losers by 10 3/4 lengths. And we're going to have to pass. All right, we got Magnum Moon, the 16-horse, Luis Saez, the jockey, Todd Pletcher, the trainer. This is a very nice-looking horse. He is 4-4 in his career. He was unraced as a 2-year-old. He's 4-4 as a 3-year-old, and he's won $1,177,800. And we had this horse in the Arkansas Derby. Went off at 4-5. He only paid $360. The MeatMan can't do nothing about the price cap. My job is to pick the winner of the race. I can't do nothing about the price. Nothing the MeatMan can do about the price cap. But a winner is a winner. This is a nice-looking horse. Would it surprise me if this horse wins? Nope. I would say we're going to come back to this horse, but I'm not going to bet him. I'm not going to bet Magnum Moon. I'm not going to bet him. He's very bettable. Very bettable. I mean very bettable. But I ain't going to bet him. I ain't betting him. I've narrowed it down. I've already got it narrowed down, Cap. I've already got it narrowed down. Magnum Moon. Nah. The 17. Magnum Moon 6-1 on a morning line, by the way. That makes him, I think, third choice from the morning line of Mike Battaglia. The 17 is Salamini. 30-1 on the morning line. This is the other Bob Baffert horse. Pratt is the jockey. Magnum Moon just pounded this horse in the Rebel, and he pounded him again in the Arkansas Derby. I mean, I watched the Rebel race, and everybody said that Magnum Moon kind of interfered with Salamini. He really didn't. And that's why people were kind of betting on Salamini in the Arkansas Derby. He went up at 280-1, but Magnum Moon pounded him again. This would be a surprise if Salamini won this race. Be a surprise. 30-1, Bob Baffert. You want to take a little flyer on the combo, but nah, you can't beat Magnum Moon. I just don't. I don't see it happening. The 18 is Vino Rosso. And I had Vino Rosso in the Wood Memorial. The horse paid $10.40 to win. And that was a very nice pick by the MeatMan. I'll be the first guy to tell everybody the MeatMan did a very good job with that. Vino Rosso is my best horse that I'm throwing out. He's my best throw-out horse. And the reason I'm throwing him out, he fit perfectly for the Wood Memorial. He was making a third start off the layoff. He had Johnny Velasquez, the leading rider at Aqueduct. He had Todd Pletcher, the leading trainer at Aqueduct. He broke maiden first time out at Aqueduct. Everything fit for Vino Rosso to come up big in the Wood Memorial at Aqueduct. all of those pieces, they don't come together for the Kentucky Derby. They don't come together. It's not there. It's not there. You know, he's not racing on a track that he broke maiden on. He's not making a third start up a layoff. There's all sorts of things that we use for the Wood Memorial that we can't use for the Kentucky Derby. He is my best throw-out horse out of all of them. If Johnny Velasquez was riding Audible, I'd probably be on Audible right now. Velasquez, he went with Vino Rosso. J.J. Castellano went on Audible because he's 2 for 2 on Audible, so, I mean, he's good at it. But thank you, Vino Rosso, for the $10.40 winner that you give me, the Wood Memorial. If you win the Kentucky Derby, I'll smile just because I'll be happy. But he won't have any of my money on him. Pass. The 19 is Noble Indy. I had this horse to win the Louisiana Derby. 30-1 on the morning line. Todd Pletcher, the trainer, Guru, the leading jockey at the fairgrounds up. Man, I tell you, I was really impressed how Noble Indy rebroke and won the Louisiana Derby. And I really like the fact that his buyer figures keep going up. 77 first time out, 86 next time out, 91, then a 95. Noble Indy could be sitting on a big race. He could be sitting on a big race. If you're looking for something to put in your superfecta or your trifecta, Noble Indy's the kind of horse that you want to put in there. He's an improving horse, and I thought he was dead as a doornail in the stretch at the fairgrounds, which is a very long stretch in that Louisiana Derby. But he held on, man. He was in the lead by 2 lengths. He actually dropped back to third by a length, and he rebroke to win the race by a neck. You don't ever see that. That's very rare in horse racing. Very rare. This is the kind of horse that can hang around for third or fourth place because he's as tough as a piece of grizzle on a $2 stake. I just don't think he can win the race. MeatMan doesn't really play superfectas and trifectas, but if I did, I would definitely have Noble Indy somewhere in there, but I don't think he's going to win the race. The 20 is Combatant. 50-1 on the morning line. Santana, the jockey, Steve Asmussen, the trainer. He's 1 for 1 at Churchill Downs. He broke maiden at Churchill Downs. Ran in all the prep races at Oak Lawn Park. This horse is basically stationed at Oak Lawn Park. Ran in a little stakes races, the Smarty Jones, which was the prep race for the Southwest, which was the prep race for the Rebel, which was the prep race for the Arkansas Derby. And he did all right. Second, third, fourth. But lost to Magnum Moon twice, lost to my boy Jack. Finished behind Salamini in the Rebel and the Arkansas Derby. Wouldn't surprise me to see Steve Asmussen standing in the winner's circle, but once again, not with my money. I'm going to pass on the 20. So there you go. That's your 20 horses for the 2018 Kentucky Derby. Now, I said we were going to go back to 3 horses. I said we were going to go back and revisit 3 horses in this race. And the ones we're going to revisit are the 5, the 6, and the 7. Audible, Good Magic, and Justified. But before I give you my official Kentucky Derby winner, just a quick reminder, if you're going to be playing all 14 races at Churchill Downs the day of the Kentucky Derby, and you want to get the MeatMan's full card, I give you 1 pick in every race. Bet it win place short. I tell you exactly what to do. You want to get my full card for the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs, all 14 races. The cost is $27, and the way you get the process started is you text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. Shoot me a text message. Text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253, or give me a call. 1-833-MeatMan. You talk directly with me. Las Vegas-based professional handicapper Dave Scandaliato on my own personal toll-free number that I'm literally going to have until the day I die. It's 1-833-MeatMan. Get my full card. The first race goes up at 7:30 in the morning out here in Las Vegas. 9:30 in the morning Central Time. 10:30 in the morning Eastern Time. I'll have a pick in every race. My full card for the 2018 Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. $27. Text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. Text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. Or give me a call at 1-833-MeatMan. All right, I was going to take the 5. When I watched the Kentucky Derby prep races, when I bet the Florida Derby and Audible won the Florida Derby, I said that's the winner of the Kentucky Derby. But I'd rather have Johnny Velasquez in the saddle. I got nothing against J.J. Castellano. Nothing. Zero. I got nothing against J.J. Castellano. But I want Johnny Velasquez. And Audible's going to be tough. He's got back-to-back 99 buyer figures. He's 8-1 in the morning line. Todd Pletcher. He's going to be tough. He's going to be tough. No doubt about it. But I ain't going with Audible. It's either the 6, Good Magic, or the 7, Justify. Justify, pardon the pun, that's one heck of an animal there, brother. He is an animal out on the track. There is no doubt about it. 3 for 3. He's won all 3 of his races by 19 lengths. He's got 104 buyer figure, 101 buyer figure, and 107 buyer figure. This horse is going to be absolutely tough. He is going to clearly be the favorite, and he should be the favorite. You got Mike Smith in the saddle. You got Bob Baffert. He won the Triple Crown not that long ago. This horse is going to be tough, man. Justify is going to be tough, and anybody who's betting Justify, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. If Good Magic wasn't there, I would be on Justify. I would take the favorite. Got to do what you got to do sometimes. In horse racing, you pick the horse that you think is going to win the race. And the only reason I don't think Justify is going to win the race is because I just think Good Magic is just the best horse. And I think the race sets up perfectly for him. You're going to have a tremendous amount of speed on the front end. You're going to have a lot of speed out there. These horses are going to come out there. Justify is going to try to go to the front. Promises fulfilled. He's going to go right after Justify. And I'm telling you, they are going to burn it up on the front end. It's going to set up for a closer, or it's going to set up for a stalker. Good Magic is a stalker. He likes to sit right off the pace. He likes to sit right off the pace, and then coming around a far turn, he's going to make his move, and then boom, when he gets into the stretch, hopefully he fires. We got Ortiz on his back. Jose Ortiz, a very good jockey. We got Chad Brown. Chad Brown is a very good trainer that a lot of people do not know about. He's an Eclipse Award trainer. He won the Preakness last year. This guy is coming into his own. Guys like me know who Chad Brown is. Some people watching this video know who Chad Brown is. Some people listening to my radio show know who Chad Brown is. But 95% of the people that'll be betting the Kentucky Derby, they have no clue who Chad Brown is. Yeah, they know Todd Pletcher, they know Bob Baffert, they know Wayne Lucas. They do not know who Chad Brown is. This is a very good trainer right here. Very good trainer. This horse runs against all the good horses. He ran in the Bluegrass. He won the Bluegrass. He ran in the Fountain of Youth after winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. This horse, to me, the race is so tough. The Kentucky Derby is so tough. My thought is just pick the horse that over the last 7 to 8 months has impressed you the most. And it's Good Magic at 12-1. I like the trainer. I like the jockey. I like the horse. I like the fact there's a lot of speed in the race. This horse is not going to get mixed up on the front end. You don't want nothing to do with that. You do not want to be on the front end by any stretch of the imagination. And at 12 to 1 in the morning line, we're going to get a great price on this horse. We get the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Champ. We get the Bluegrass winner. Like I said, we get the trainer who won the Preakness last year. We get this Ortiz guy, this Jose Ortiz. The guy's unbelievable riding horses. He's super hot right now. And we get a good price, 12 to 1 on the morning line. I figure it'd be about 10 to 1. We're going to bet across the board, win, play, show. If you bet $30 a race, you bet 10 to win, 10 to place, 10 to show. If this horse runs third, we're going to make money. We're going to make money if the horse runs third. If the horse runs second, we're going to do pretty good. And if the horse wins the race, we're going to clean up. I know a lot of people don't like betting the show pool, but in a 20-horse race, and your horse is 12 to 1, you got to do it, Cap. The MeatMan's official selection for the 2018 Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. I'm taking the 6, Good Magic. Race number 12, horse number 6, 1206. Churchill Downs, Kentucky Derby, this Saturday, 1206. Good Magic, betting him across the board. Win, place, and show. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this very special edition of Sportsline Radio, the Kentucky Derby edition of Sportsline Radio. I want to thank my man Don back in the studio. Don, thank you very much. Always want to thank my man TK, Tommy Chrysan, for getting me the gig here at Pelican Sports Radio. And, of course, I always want to thank my man Alan, the owner of Pelican Sports Radio and Pelican Sports TV, for putting a MeatMan in the game. Remember, bet with your head, not over it. Money management is the key to turning a profit when you're betting the horses. My name is always Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. I'll see you in 167 hours right here on Sportsline. All right, so there you have it. That is the Kentucky Derby show from Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. Now, don't forget, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we're going to do the Preakness show and then the Belmont show in the next 2 weeks and then 3 weeks after that. So if you enjoy my Kentucky Derby show, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you do not miss my horse racing programs that are going to be coming up. And, of course, we do sports videos every day, baseball, basketball, hockey, but we're going to try to do some more horse racing. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then once again, you want to get my full card for the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs, $27, one pick every race. Text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253. Shoot me a text message. Text the word Derby, D-E-R-B-Y, to 94253, or give me a call, 1-833-MeatMan. I got my own personal toll-free number that I'm literally going to have till the day I die, 1-833-MeatMan. Thank you very much for watching my program. If you have any comments, any questions, put them in the section below, and I'll try to answer as many of them as possible. Thanks again for watching my video. My name is always Dave, the MeatMan Scandaliato. Have a great Kentucky Derby, everybody.